In this video, we are going to explain infrastructure and data concerns for Basket API. Let's start by remembering backing services. Backing services are the external resources or the components that microservices depends on for their operations. They provide support for various functionalities, and in the cloud-native architecture, backing services like databases, messaging systems, and caching services are treated as attached resources. So these services are the external to the microservices and can be swapped or replaced without changing the microservice core logic. In a cloud-native microservice architecture, backing services are decoupled from the microservice themselves and promoting the flexibility, scalability, and easier to maintenance. Here you can see the illustration showing the various backing services in the cloud-native setup, that you can see the databases, distributed caches, message breakers, and so on. In our scenario, Basket Microservices interacts with the PostgreSQL database and the Redis distributed cache. So that means for this section, we will focus on PostgreSQL database operations similar to catalog microservices, but in the next section, we will focus on the adding cache capabilities into Basket Microservices. In order to implement these two different external resources for our Basket Microservices, we will use repository pattern. Let's examine the class diagram for our repository implementation that you can see in the picture. So according to this picture, you can see that we will create an interface which name is iBasket repository, and this interface should be inherited from the basket repository and cached basket repository. So we will follow the repository pattern, which is provide an abstraction layer over the database, and we will use decorator pattern using the secretary library in order to decorate basket repository for caching operations, and we will follow the cache aside pattern, fetching data from the Redis when available, otherwise from the PostgreSQL, and updating the cache information. So now let's get started.